And this episode is sponsored by Thrive Market. Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. I love that you can shop for thousands of the best-selling organic foods and natural products below traditional retail prices. And what I love the most is if you find a better price elsewhere, guess what? Thrive will match it. You guys know I use a lot of avocado oil and that stuff can get pretty expensive. I save a ton of money when I shop with Thrive. And I get a lot of my healthy snacks from them as well. They have an amazing selection of organic groceries, snacks, supplements, eco-friendly cleaning supplies, non-toxic beauty items, personal care items, organic kids products, wine, meat, and seafood, frozen veggies, and more. They have a monthly membership option for $9.95 a month and a yearly membership option for $59.95, which is only $5 per month. And I want you guys to give it a try today. So click the link in my description box or go to thrivemarket.com/Mr. Make It Happen to get 40% off your first order and a free gift worth over $50 when you join Thrive Market today. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I woke up in the mood for this Southern delicacy that you can have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Today, I'm going to show you how to make delicious salmon cakes. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. And you know it's going to be a good recipe when it gets kicked off with some roasted garlic. We're going to roll out some aluminum foil, chop the end off the garlic, hit it with some olive oil and some salt and pepper or my AP seasoning, wrap it real tight in that aluminum foil, and then place that in a 400-degree oven for about 40 minutes, and you're gonna have fantastic roasted garlic. And if you haven't tried this technique before, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to elevate a lot of recipes that you can make at home. So just pop that garlic in the oven for about 40 minutes. We'll check on that here in a second, but now it's time to move on to this salmon. Now, I grew up eating salmon out of the can for my salmon cakes, but today I'm gonna show you how to make it fresh. It's 100 times better than the canned stuff, and it's super easy, guys. So all you got to do is go down with a little olive oil or avocado oil, give your salmon a little massage. That's going to help the salmon get a little crispy and help the seasoning stick. Speaking of the seasoning, we're going down with my AP seasoning and my hot, but you could just use a little salt and pepper and cayenne pepper if you want to. A little garlic powder or onion powder wouldn't hurt either. Keep the seasoning relatively simple because we got a lot of flavors going into this. While we wait for that salmon to cook, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our sauce, which is basically like a spicy roasted garlic aioli. So for that, we're gonna need a mixing bowl, some Duke's mayo, about a tablespoon or so of sriracha, depending on how spicy you want it. You can always taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, followed by a few dashes of worst word in the world sauce, about a teaspoon or so. There we go. Some crushed red pepper flakes just to add a little bit more heat. Again, guys, you can monitor the spice level, offset it if you need to. Tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then we're going in with some Creole seasoning and my all-purpose seasoning, or just a little salt and pepper will get the job done as well. Adding a pinch of sugar just to balance everything out, and about 2 tablespoons of diced chive. And there is that fantastic roasted garlic that we made earlier. A tablespoon or 2 of that, and that's just going to dissolve right into the sauce, adding tons of flavor to this. The perfect pairing for our salmon cakes that we're gonna make. You can make this in bulk and put it in the fridge. It's good on sandwiches, it's good on the salad. Hell, I'd put it on just about anything. We're gonna go ahead and put that in the fridge though until we need it for later. This is how our salmon's looking after 12 to 15 minutes at 400 degrees. If your salmon came from the store with the skin on, I would go ahead and cook it with the skin on because it comes right off super easy after it's done cooking. We're gonna add it to a mixing bowl and shred it up with 2 forks. Let me know in the comments if you grew up eating that canned salmon for your salmon cakes like me. I know I did, but this is way better. Sorry, Grandma, hopefully you don't hear this. We're gonna go ahead and shred the salmon up, and then we're going in with that roasted garlic. We're adding that to the sauce and to the salmon cakes, getting all the use out of that delicious roasted garlic. Oh man, it doesn't get much better than this. You do want the salmon to cool though, so we're gonna set that aside after we mix in that garlic. We're gonna give the salmon a few minutes to cool off a little bit, and that gives us just enough time to prep the remaining ingredients. We're gonna dice up some fresh chopped parsley here. We're also gonna add some onion and some red bell pepper to the party as well. Just a quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients for this recipe can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. There's that onion. You're gonna need about a half of a yellow onion, and you're gonna need 1 red bell pepper. I like the red for the color contrast, but you can use green or yellow. Really, any bell pepper will work here. Or if you don't like bell peppers, feel free to leave them out, but I do, so they're in the salmon cakes today. Now we're gonna go ahead and get our skillet warmed up over medium heat. To that, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter, and then we're gonna saute our veggies, get them nice and tender. It's gonna take about 3 or 4 minutes, so just work them around in that melted butter over medium heat. No rush here, guys. You can season as you go. Again, guys, remember to taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. Going down with a little salt and pepper here, or a little AP seasoning, whatever you got. There we go. That needs to cool off as well before it goes into the salmon cake, so pop that in the freezer. Once everything has chilled out a little bit, we're gonna add everything into that mixing bowl and start forming our salmon cakes. So first things first, we're gonna add all those veggies to the salmon that we've already diced up or shredded with 2 forks, whatever works for you. We added the roasted garlic already. Now we're going in with a couple tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. That's gonna add a nice freshness to the dish as well as some color. So go ahead and fold in that parsley. And next we're gonna add a little worst word in the world sauce, about a teaspoon or so of that. Followed by 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. You guys know I like Duke's mayonnaise, but use whatever you got. It's important to taste as you go and adjust the flavor while you can before you add in those eggs. Once the raw eggs go in there, you can't taste it anymore until it's cooked. So go ahead and adjust the flavor as needed right now. We added a little bit more AP seasoning and a pinch of Creole seasoning, because why the hell not? You can go in with a little fresh squeezed lemon juice if you want to as well, just to wake everything up. Now we're going in with 2 beaten eggs and some panko breadcrumbs. Those 2 ingredients are gonna act as a binder to hold these salmon cakes together. So just add the breadcrumbs a little bit at a time. It's about a cup or so in total, depending on how much salmon you're using. This is a pound of salmon, so it's gonna need about a cup of panko breadcrumbs. Just get in there with your rubber spatula and fold everything together until it starts to take shape. And then we're gonna pop that in the fridge or the freezer and allow it to firm up a little bit. So pop that in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes or the freezer for about 10 minutes. And now it's time to patty these bad boys up. You can make them large if you want to, if this is for dinner, or if you're making it as an appetizer or something for like brunch, you might wanna make them a little smaller. Today I'm going somewhere in between, about the size of my palm. This particular recipe makes about 9 to 11 medium-sized salmon cakes. I would say roughly 2 per serving. And now just take a step back and take a minute to admire your work. Those are some absolutely beautiful salmon cakes. And now, my friends, it's time to get to cooking. We're gonna warm our cast iron skillet over medium-high. To that, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of avocado oil. The butter is there for flavor. Avocado oil has a high smoke point and it prevents the butter from burning. Go ahead and load that skillet up with those salmon cakes. Give them about 2 minutes per side, or until they get a nice crust on the bottom. And then we're gonna flip them over like you see right here. Oh man, say it with me, guys, looking good. Look at that beautiful sear or crust that we got on these salmon cakes. It's gonna add beautiful texture to this. Oh man, I can't wait to dig in there and taste these. That's how we're looking after about 5 to 6 minutes total cook time. Nice golden brown color. Now it's time to plate these up. Brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys, looking good. We got it plated up with that delicious aioli, some fresh chopped chive for a pop of color, a little fresh squeezed lemon juice, because why the hell not? And all I gotta do now is go in for the taste test, my friends. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what other recipes you wanna see coming up. And now it's time for the moment of truth. Nice flaky salmon, delicious sauce. And that, my friends, is money. Give this recipe a try. Make sure you give your boy a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.